Hey everybody, welcome back to another weekly dividend portfolio update. This will be episode 8 in the series. And happy to say it was another green week. We'll first start at my Wealthsimple trade portfolio, where I was up $45.11, so pretty close to break even, giving me a portfolio value of $14,632.31. Now I did add another $130 to this portfolio, which we will talk about later in this video. Up next, we have my Q-Trade portfolio, where I was up on the week $163.92, or 1.27%, giving me a portfolio value of $13,023.98. Canadian bank stocks saw some good returns this week, which really helped out this portfolio, as I'm invested into both TD and Scotiabank. If we combine both portfolios together, I was up a total of $208.17, or 0.76% this week, giving me a total combined portfolio value of $27,656.29. All in all, I would say it was a decent week, but my portfolio did lag behind some of the big indexes, which we will get to now. If we look at the S&P 500 performance this week, we can see that it was up 1.82%, so more than 1% better than my portfolio did. If we take a look at the S&P TSX performance this week, it was up 1.52%, so still better than my total portfolio as well. I think the reasoning my portfolio did not do as well as the indexes this week was because of the drop in many oil stocks, which I'm invested into several of them. And we'll see many of these stocks when I get to my worst 3 performing stocks of the week. Now I only received one dividend this week, which was from Transcontinental, ticker TCL.A, who paid me $7.43 on October 19th. This brings my total dividends of the month of October to $87.92. There is still 1 week left in October, and I'm expecting several dividends to be paid out, which could make October my best month yet. If we take a look at all the holdings I own, out of the 35 dividend holdings I have, 21 of them were positive this week, with the other 14 being in the red. So a pretty mixed week depending on the stock. We will now take a look at my best and worst 3 performing stocks of the week, starting off with the worst. First up is Pembina Pipeline, ticker PPL, which was down 2.57% this week. We then had Keyera Corp, ticker KEY, who was down 3.79% this week. And my biggest loser this week was Suncor, ticker SU, who was down 4.11% this week. As I mentioned earlier in the video, oil stocks had a pretty bad week, and you can clearly see that considering my worst 3 performing stocks were all oil related. Now let's take a look at my best 3 performing stocks of the week. First up is Bank of Nova Scotia, ticker BNS, who was up 2.65% this week. Next is Capital Power Corp, ticker CPX, who was up just over 3% this week. And that brings us to my biggest winner of the week, which was Brookfield Asset Management, ticker BAM.A, who was up almost 4.25%. Comparing my best and worst performance this week, they pretty much cancel each other out, as there isn't a huge difference between the percentages. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I did add another $130 to my Wealthsimple trade portfolio, which now puts me at almost $330 in cash. Therefore, I do want to look to add to some of my existing positions that I feel are a good buying opportunity. I put together this list of stocks that I already have a position in to see if any stand out as a good buying opportunity. This chart does not include dividend yields, as I already know all of these companies are good dividend payers, and I don't want the yield to heavily affect my decision. So what I am looking at is how far are these stocks off of their 52 weeks high. The reason behind this method is that I want to see if any positions have possibly dropped a lot, which could indicate a good buying opportunity. The 2 possible stocks that stick out to me the most are TransAlta Renewables, ticker RNW, and Algonquin Power and Utilities, ticker AQN. Taking a look at TransAlta Renewables first, we can see that it's currently trading at $19.13, which is almost 28% off of its 52-week high. Now that isn't the only thing we want to look at, as it may never get back to its highs, but it's also paying almost a 5% starting dividend yield, which is great. And if we take a look at Algonquin Power and Utilities, we can see that it's currently trading at $18.71, which is 21% off of its 52-week high, and they also have a starting yield of 4.5%. Therefore, both of these companies are very similar in the sense that they are in the energy/utility space, around 20 to 30% off of their 52-week high, and have a starting yield of somewhere between 4.5% to 5%. So rather than picking one of these companies to increase my position in, I will look to invest more into both of these stocks within the near future. And that is my portfolio update for the week. Happy to say it was another green one. I'm also excited to see the amount of dividends I will receive next week, and look forward to see if October will be my best month yet. Let me know in the comments below, are there any dividend stocks you're looking at currently that may be undervalued, or maybe they still have lots of room to run?